Welcome to the Shifting People podcast, where we go deep into the weeds with leaders on the front lines of people management in the service industry. We interview the best minds in HR and talent acquisition, along with owner-operators, franchisees, and general managers to bring you real insights that you can actually apply in your business today. I'm your co-host, Derek Williamson.
And I'm Kathleen McDonough, and it's time to get to work.
So this past week, you were telling me about something you found, sort of a trend of sorts, reverse recruiting.
Yes, reverse recruiting. What is it? Within the last 2 weeks, quite a few articles have come out about it. It is the new trend. So basically, recruiters, instead of working for companies and finding employees, because the labor market is so tough right now, they're actually offering their services to unemployed people and charging them to apply to jobs for them.
Interesting.
Yeah, description of it from one of the articles, I believe it's the Forbes one. The labor market has caused some recruiters to shift their focus from employers to the unemployed. Instead of companies hiring recruiters to find and place talent, job seekers are now the ones enlisting recruiter services to help get a foot in the door. And it costs a lot of money, Derek.
Interesting. So to clarify too, this is a third party who is then applying for jobs for you. I assume they're also doing just like a recruiter would. They'll maybe go onto LinkedIn, find a HR talent acquisition person, try and introduce their candidate, that kind of thing. I get it. Okay, reverse of the usual process, but specifically, I guess the difference is like right now you could go to a recruiter who works with employers, right, and say, hey, I'm a seasoned salesperson and I'm looking for my next job. And that recruiter will take stock of like any jobs with the employers they have. And of course they'll match you if you come to them. But it's a different here because it's more like they're starting from scratch, meet with you, I assume, say, what's your perfect job? And then they go to market with that. And then, okay, I'm caught up. And then the pricing side of it, what are we doing?
So it is expensive. So according to, I believe, the Wall Street Journal article on it, one of the agencies, I won't name the name, but charges $1,500 per month plus 10% of the first year salary upon job acceptance. So that's one of them. Another one charges fees north of $1,000. Yeah, there's a few different ways they charge, but it's a lot of money.
Yeah. And that is different from even most recruiters I've ever seen who work with an employer. It's just success based. Like you're not pay like any recruiter we ever worked with, they don't get paid if they don't find you a candidate. But in this case, they're asking the job seeker, who by definition doesn't have a job and doesn't have income, I assume,
Yep.
to pay a fee no matter what. Is that what you're saying?
No matter what. Yep. Monthly fee. Yeah.
Yeah. And then 10% of
And then some of their salary when they get them the job. And it's interesting because their claims are that it'll cut your job search in half, which, okay, labor market is tough right now. Some of the new statistics that have come out are that 1.8 million Americans are still job hunting 6 months later, right? These aren't quick job searches. These are very long processes. People are unemployed for a long time. I get the appeal of I've been job searching for 6 months. This isn't working. Am I not doing enough? Am I not doing it right? Let me get some professional help. But the way these people meaning recruiters, reverse recruiters, sorry, are going about it, it just seems unethical to me.
Seems a little weird. Like I can imagine if the labor market functioned a little differently, right? There would be value in, I'm thinking like athletes have agents, right? And so in sports, like that's normal, right? Like the business expects that they're gonna deal with the agent. I think it's like it's not common that you're directly even interacting with the athlete, right? In that industry. But without that norm, like it seems like the candidate is still, they're going to do the interviewing, they're going to do
Yeah.
their own salary negotiation. I don't know, maybe the recruiter is the coach in the background, but like they're not negotiating for you. They're not
No.
doing anything else.
From what I've
So,
seen, it seems like the bulk of what they're doing is applying to jobs on behalf of the candidate and doing some like consistent outreach to the people at the company, like the hiring managers or HR people at the company, and then optimizing and personalizing the messaging and whatnot.
right.
Sometimes on directly, like on behalf of the client, so using the client's information, and then sometimes as themselves saying that it's for my client, but nothing past that I've seen in these articles. So it doesn't seem like they're doing a lot, to be honest.
Yeah, it's just, I think the job market doesn't really function that way. There's another world where maybe that makes sense, but I'm almost thinking too, and who knows, people make all kinds of claims, right, in terms of the idea that it shortens the cycle, but for every employer that is maybe receptive to a recruiter reaching out on behalf of like their client, I feel like
Hmm.
there's probably a lot that will be turned off because
Absolutely.
there's all kinds. As an employer, you're gonna immediately assume that you're supposed to pay for that and blah blah. That's super common with recruiters. I don't know that it's even leading to a better outcome. I'm skeptical of that
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. I 100% agree. Is there a stigma to it? One, because they could, an employer could think a job seeker who uses this is lazy, right? They don't want to do it themselves, or they don't really need the job because they have enough money to pay for a reverse recruiter, or there's a number of things, right? Is this person so desperate that they needed a recruiter? There's so many things that ways it could go wrong.
Yeah. And so it's interesting because we were talking about it this past weekend, and you told me about the high level, and then when you were explaining it, like basically, what they're doing at a high level, and then what a job seeker or someone looking for a job could do for themselves. Like it seems like basically it's okay, you need a way to organize your job search, right?
Yep.
To help keep track of who you've met with, where you've applied, who to follow up with, that kind of thing. So just something to track it.
Yeah. And because
Um,
most of these people are not just applying on Indeed, these are higher level roles that where they're applying on a company website. So yeah, how do you keep track of all these jobs? How do you
yeah,
keep the hiring managers and people at the companies that you want to reach out to on behalf of the jobs to show you're really interested? What cover letters you've sent, what versions of your resume maybe you sent, like stuff like that.
yep,
And then I think another thing that it's claiming to help with, who knows how much it is, but another thing that they could at least do are, yeah, personalize cover letters.
personalized cover letter, personalize the
Yes.
outreach to a recruiter, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so all fairly straightforward. Sure, maybe a human will do it differently, but like for the for the cost, when you mentioned it to me over the weekend, it was like you had the idea like, why don't we just build something like a free tool that does this?
Yeah. And the idea came because I watched a TikTok of a fairly big TikTok influencer who came across this. His name is Newspeak, and if people want to go look at that. But he, he asked the reverse recruiter, sorry, to do this for him, like enlisted his services, paid him. And then he was like, we'll see. This is going to be a test. Showed a spreadsheet that the reverse recruiter sent him, and I was like, "Wow, that is not only is it just a spreadsheet, it's a bad spreadsheet, right? Like we can do this. We can make it better and we could offer it for free to job seekers because I think one of my biggest things with this is that we didn't get into as much, but this is preying on people that are unemployed, don't have the money, a lot of inequities to it, and it feels icky to me. So I said, let's build something and give it to people for free.
Yeah. So we built it.
So we built it. Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll go into more detail maybe in a different episode. I think we'll do like a walkthrough, and we're still adding some things to it, but we know a lot of folks that are listening, and we've even done some interviews with folks who were just heading into a career transition and going
Or
to be
active
looking.
job seekers we've done
Yeah.
that's with.
And
Yep.
it's just let's give you something for free that'll help you manage that process, keep things organized. job seeking is not something people do often, right? Ideally, right? It's only every 5 to 10 years. Every time you're having to start from scratch, we made something that gives people a basis to just keep organized already. The great thing with what's out there today is, yeah, okay, human can help customize your cover letter. You can also have AI do it. And then you can do your own review of it, but you can get 90% of the way there with an AI tool. So we built a few things in there as well, and we'll reveal a little more soon.
Yeah, yeah. I think the whole point of when we said let's build something is we're always thinking about helping people, specifically job seekers and employers who are finding like tough time with managing applicants, obviously. But for this purpose, job seekers, it's so tough when you are a job seeker when you know that it's already taken you X number of months, right? And you don't have any income. And so anything we can do to help that job seeker, any way we can help them, I think we want to. And this is just one of those ways.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it. You had a great idea. I'm looking forward to doing that next episode where we do the walkthrough. But I think for this episode, we'll also include the link that we made to, and again, it's free. So just check it out. And for those of folks who are on the job hunt or about to be on the job hunt, try it out, see if it's useful. There is no charge. There's no obligation. We don't even have a way to collect money on the thing if we wanted to. But until then, thanks for coming to work with us.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.